My name is Jrej, and today we're going to launch our collection on the Polygon network using their testnet and the HashLips smart contract repo. So I'll show you all the steps. So have the assets ready. I'll show you how to upload on IPFS, set up the smart contract, deploy it, and then go through all the minting phase. And let's go through it. So here are my assets. I have the images here that are, as always, my lovely Titan dogs. It's a collection already launched on Solana, but I'll show you how we would do it on the Polygon testnet. So different kind of variations of the dogs. And then if you go into JSON, I can show you the structure. That's a JSON file I created with HashLips. So it should include a name, a description, a description. Here the image, you see it's missing this URI here, so we'll include that once we upload to IPFS. Then the date, and most of all is the attributes here, an array of attributes. And then it was created by HashLips, so you do have this mention here for the compiler. All right, so what we want to do first is we want to upload the images to IPFS. So for that, we can open something called pinata.cloud that allows you to upload. Let me just log in. You can try for free with an account. All right, there it is. Okay. You would click on upload and then upload folder. And then you would go select your assets, your images, upload images. So it takes a couple seconds to upload all this. So it's actually uploading to IPFS, and then it would ping the content through their servers, so the images are always available. With the free account, you'll be able to do that. For the prices, they have a pricing page. So basically, you have 1 GB of storage for the free plan. That should be enough for your collection. Anyway, here are the images, and we have a CID. So this is actually corresponds to the folder. And then in this folder, we'll go get the images. So if I try it out, it's not working. Okay. If I do 0. It actually started with the 1.png. And then we go to ipfs.io because it's a little faster. This way you access to the image. So the CID was the folder, and then you have access to the image this way. So we'll copy this CID, that is this one here, and then we'll update the JSON files with it. So I had it open here, and you see this new URI to replace. We should replace it with the, if we do search for new URI to replace, and then we replace it with the CID, and then replace all. You'll see in every file it says this, and so you'll find the folder and then the image. Great. So now we can upload the JSON file as well. Upload folder, select, then go get your JSON files, metadata, okay. One more thing we will need is a hidden image, because with Polygon you first upload a hidden image that would replace the actual NFT image, and then whenever you decide to reveal the collection, this temporary image would be replaced by the NFT image. So we need to create a hidden image and a hidden metadata. So we'll do the folders, hidden image, folder, hidden metadata. Right, in hidden image, we can take one of these, edit, and let's, for example, do white background. Can delete all that. All right, and I'll do a very simple one. You probably want to do a little more complex. All right, let's do 500. All right, and we'll call it hidden. Okay, pretty simple. And then for the metadata, we want to do a new, we'll just open it in Visual Studio Code, new file. All right, and it should be a JSON as well, with a name, hidden metadata, description, same thing, hidden metadata. We'll do Titan dogs, hidden metadata. All right, and finally there should be an image with the IPFS address. So we'll put it like this for now, but we'll change it later. And then we'll call it hidden.json. Hidden metadata. It doesn't matter, you can put anything here in the name and description. The important thing is the image here. All right. So now let's upload the image. So we do upload folder, same thing. We would go to assets, hidden image. We first want to do the image because we then need to upload it. We then need to update the CID in the metadata. So we do hidden image. Great. So it should show up in a couple seconds. There it is. We would copy the CID. Let's open that back. Hidden metadata. And then here we would copy CID. We can verify this is working if we typed it in the browser. We do IPFS.io/IPFS. There it is. That is slightly, it's not very centered. So that's all right. It's an example. All right. So it looks good. We'll upload it. Upload folder. Metadata. Hidden metadata. All right, there it is. So we have images, the metadata, the hidden image, and the hidden metadata. That's all we need to have uploaded, and these are all folders. So folders with the PNG inside, then the JSON for the metadata. All good. So we'll keep that aside. So we might need it later. I haven't mentioned, so all this editing I did if in the JSON files, you could do in a Notepad or anything, in any editor. I used Visual Studio Code, but now we'll see what we need to download for the rest of the setup. So you have to make sure you have Node installed. Node. There it is. You can take the long time support, the 16 version. Of course, you can check on Visual Studio Code for an editor. Studio Code. But that's one that I use, but there's many others if you want. There it is. That's the one I've been using to edit the JSON files. And then what else you need? You need, of course, MetaMask. We'll use the framework called Truffle that uses the MetaMask. So you have to make sure you have MetaMask installed, that you have an account. And then we want to do this on Polygon testnet. So here you can see by default it's not in the networks. So we'll do add network. And then we'll add the information for the Polygon testnet. It's called the Mumbai testnet. So we'll do that here, then the address. And this can be found online quite easily. If you put add Polygon testnet on MetaMask, you should be able to find all this information. And then the symbol, that is schematic, and then the Explorer. There it is. So testnet, we save it. And if we go back into the MetaMask, you'll find it in the networks. Great, so that's set up. We can close. Then we need to go to the Polygon scan, so the block explorer, and we need to create an account there. It will be needed to verify our contract. So if you go to your account and then the API keys, here you should create an API key. So you do simply add, you add a name, API test. I'll delete all these so you don't mess up with my Polyscan. But basically, you can copy the API key for later. Great, and so that's the secret. You shouldn't show it to anyone, of course. Otherwise, they can mess up with your accounts. That's what we did, and last but not least, we should add some tokens to our testnet to do some verifications for all the transactions. So you go to the site faucet.polygon.technology, select the Mumbai network, and then the token, and then you would put your address here. So in my case, I'll use my address, submit, and they'll send one matic at a time. So it's been sent, and then we'll wait for it to confirm. We'll probably get the notification when it's done. Okay, we got 0.2. It's not exactly 1, but I think it should be enough. We'll probably do, maybe it's just a second time, just in case. Okay. We'll receive a couple more and we'll be ready to go. Should also get something like git to clone the repo from HashLips. Git download. There it is. I already have it on the computer, but otherwise you would use probably the 60-bit version. So now you want to get to the HashLips repository. I'll share this link in the description. It's in the HashLips lab in the NFT ERC-721 collection. That is the smart contract. You can either download the release or get the HTTPS address. And then here you can either open git bash. Here it's bureau, it'd be in the desktop, and do git clone the address. Or you can use the command line if you go to the bureau, if you go to the desktop this way, and then git clone here, like this. Okay, we have the folder. Let's open that with VS Code. So there's a couple of things we should set up here once we open that. Open the terminal, you would do open new terminal. I have mine set up as default to bash, but you can change that to whatever you like. By default, it's PowerShell, I believe. Anyway, so the first thing you should do is install Yarn. It is already installed in my computer, but you can do for yours. So npm install Yarn as a global dependency. And then you want to install something called Truffle, that is a framework to interact with the blockchain using MetaMask. So you do the same thing, install globally the Truffle framework. All right, and so that's all done. So the next step will be to do Truffle dashboard. And so that will create a local server for your communication with the blockchain. So it opens in a new tab here. Here you have to make sure that in your MetaMask you do have the correct network and then the correct account you want to use for the deployment. So here it's all good. We have the testnet, we have the account we want to use, and it does have some Matic. So we'll connect the wallet and do confirm. And then it's waiting for some other requests. So the one we're gonna send him. I'll leave it aside and I'll show you how it looks like. So then we'll open a new terminal here with the arrow. So this one is still running with the Truffle framework, but then in the second one, we can go into the smart contract folder, smart contract, because this repo includes the smart contract, the minting dApp. It's all in one repo that communicate between each other. So let's go into the smart contract folder and then do the yarn to install the dependencies. While it's doing that, we can already create the env file. So we have a .env.example. We'll copy that into .env. And then it used to need the private keys for that, but it's no longer needed. So we can remove this part, the testnet and the mainnet private keys. But we do need the IPFS CID and then the API key that we located earlier. So let's go get the CID from our IPFS page. So that was the metadata that we need. So not the hidden, the actual metadata here. So I'll copy this CID in here instead of CID and the underscore. Okay, all good. And then we'll go to our Polygon page, Polygon scan, where I had the API keys, and I can take the second one here that I created, and I'll replace here. The third one here, we'll leave it as is, no need to change. Okay, it's still ongoing. We'll let it continue. What else can we do? Let me try it. Then in the smart contract, if we go into contract, smart contract, it's just here. If you go at the very end, there is a part here that is created by HashLips. They have added a 5% contribution for their work in the smart contract. So you can leave it because they did a great job with this repo. You can leave the 5% the commission. Otherwise, you would remove this part of the contract to remove this 5%. Just make sure you don't remove the second part of the withdrawal function that is actually for you to withdraw the funds. So you can only remove this part, the first one that says is the 5% initial sale with the 5% calculation here. So we'll remove this part to avoid the 5% commission. it is the lines I didn't mention, the line 157 to 163. If I put it back, 157 to 163, you can remove that. Okay, I saved and I close. And then we'll go in the configuration file. So in config, collection config, here this repo was set up for Ethereum, but we can change that to Polygon. So testnet, we would do Polygon testnet. It should appear as a default network. Polygon mainnet for the mainnet. And if you click on Polygon testnet here, so I press Control and then click on it, and it would direct you to this constant with all the information that we filled in earlier in MetaMask. So the symbol, the block explorer, etc. So that's the information that we typed in earlier. It confirms that's the good network. So testnet, Polygon testnet, and then mainnet, Polygon mainnet. Here, this will be changed automatically in just a moment. We'll wait for it to finish, and I can get to the next parts. Okay, that is all done. So now we can do the rename command. As it's mentioned here, you can rename the contract automatically. They do mention not to do it manually. So we can do that as they say. So it is yarn, rename contract, and then the name of your contract. So in my case, I'll do Titan Dogs, but you do any name you like. So we'll do that. And it would rename this part and then the contract name and probably other things as well. So you see, it just changed it. All good. And then continuing with this configuration, we'll change the token name, the token symbol. Here we need the hidden metadata that we uploaded earlier in Pinata. So if I go back and take the hidden metadata, I'll copy this CID and I copy it here. Then the max supply, in our case we did 10. And here this part is all the prices you want to set up. You can set different prices at the white sale phase, pre-sale phase, and then the final phase. We'll leave it as it is for now, but you can put anything you like. And then in this second part here, max mint amount per transaction, that is the maximum you can mint per transaction. So we'll do 2, we'll double it. Let's say double it. Just for, I can show you the example for 2. All right, the contact address is null for now. Once we've deployed the contract, we'll be able to fill that in. And then the last part here, we can just type in Titan Dogs here. Of course, you put your, probably like this, you'll put your collection name here. This part, the whitelist address, is referring to this whitelist.json file. So it is filled in with random addresses, but you would need to fill in your own address and the list of people that are whitelisted. So for example, I can add my own address between double quotes here and then remove all the other ones. There it is, and then you would add other addresses that are whitelisted for this project, and the last one should not have a comma. That's the only thing. Okay, that's only my address that is whitelisted for this project. We're good. Okay, let me check the rest. Okay, now time for deploy to get this contract address. So you will still in the smart contract folder, and we run yarn deploy. And then we'd add the network and truffle, because we're using the framework truffle, and it would connect to the right network afterwards. So we run this. We still have in this first terminal the truffle dashboard that is running. So let me open the dashboard. Yes. So you see it received a request. So that's what we want to update on the blockchain. We would click on proceed. Confirm. If we go back to this, great. So it says now the contract is deployed and it gives me the contract address. So I'll put that in here under double quotes. Great. And then we can now verify the contract. Let me show you what I mean by verify. If we go to the Polyscan address, Polyscan, right, on the testnet, and we look for our contract address, you'll find this here. It says, are you the contract creator? Verify and publish. So we do have a contract that is deployed, but it still needs a verification. So we'll do that right away. So for this step, we should run yarn verify. Then we put the contract address that is just here. And then once again, we would put network truffle. So in that case, there is no need for the truffle dashboard. It would go straight to the Polyscan network. It would just use our API key to verify the contract in the network. If we go back to the contract on Polyscan, you see now you have a green tick, and we now have all the information about the contract and then the code uploaded here. Okay. So now that we've done that, our collection has been deployed on the blockchain, and we can go to the minting dApp to mint our first NFT. Let's go do that. So we take a step back, cd dot to go to the root folder, and then we go into the minting dApp. That is the second folder, and we do yarn again to install the dependencies. And once we've installed the dependencies, we do yarn dev server to run a local server of this dApp, that is a React dApp. And it would run it on the local host 8080. There it is. So that's the HashLips dApp. You can of course customize this to your liking. It's a React app, and it does show your wallet, and then it says the status of the sale and then the supply. So let's open that sale. So if we open a new terminal, so the plus again, so we have one with truffle, we have one terminal with truffle running, we have a second terminal with the dApp for the front end, and then in this new terminal we'll go into the smart contract again, so the smart contract folder, and then we'll run the command to open the whitelist. If we go into the package.json here, you'll see in the scripts all the ones you can do. So we did the deploy, we did the verify, and then this is all the phases for the sale. So you have the whitelist open, whitelist closed, pre-sale open, pre-sale close, and then the public finally. And this one we'll do in the end, the reveal. So once we have a couple NFTs, we can change that hidden image into the real image. So let's open the whitelist with this command here, whitelist open, and we would type yarn whitelist open and then network truffle again. We go back to our truffle dashboard. Great, it will show us this transaction. It would process. So it would unpause the smart contract, and now it'd be opening the whitelist. So it'll be a second transaction to go through. Okay, process. Then continue. Confirm. Okay, it's enabling the white sale, and the white sale has been enabled. So if we go back to the localhost 8080 and refresh, this is now whitelist only with the supply of 10. And then we have the option to do 1 or 2 because we have enabled in the configuration the max mint amount per transaction of 2. So we could do 2. It's the total price of 0.1 Matic. So we have enough in our test. We'll mint. Okay. Let's see. This is the cost, right? Confirm. Alright, that's all confirmed. If I refresh, the supply is now 2 out of 10, and then I can no longer mint any because I took the max. If we go to testnet, OpenSea.io, it's testnet with an S. Okay, we go to wallet and we connect our wallet. Okay, then we go to my collections, or you simply click on the profile. You'll get our 2 metadata here. So that's the 2 we've minted, and you can see we do have the hidden metadata and the description here, as we have planned. Let's go through the next phase, and then we'll reveal the image that we have. I'll leave that aside, and I don't think we need the Polygon. I'll close it. Okay. Let's open the next phase. If we go back to the smart contract here, and we do whitelist close this time, we'll wait for the transaction. We process and confirm. It's disabling the white sale. It's disabling the whitelist sale. If we go back to the minting dApp, you see that the sale is closed. And then we can do the rest of the transaction, the rest of the phases. So if we go back to the package.json, we have the pre-sale open. Pre-sale open. Great, and you'd go to process, and then it would connect to MetaMask as always and confirm. Okay, and maybe at this point we want to reveal the NFTs. You get the idea. We would do pre-sale open, pre-sale close, and then we would open the public sale. Each time there'll be a different price and different amount you can get, and then finally you would reveal. So there's 2 steps again for the pre-sale. Let's do the second one. Okay, let's do the reveal because that's the important part. We'll wait for this to confirm. So there's a third one. So you see there's a couple transactions that you would pay every time, but with Polygon it's quite cheap. So you shouldn't. Okay, so if I do this, refresh, it is now sale open. Pre-sale is now open. And I could do a max amount of 4 NFTs. How much do I have left? Can I afford these? I can't even afford. Let's do 2 more. Okay. Okay, so we've minted 4 out of the 10. So now let's reveal. So if we go back here and then we type yarn reveal and then still the network truffle. And I'll keep the OpenSea page open so we can see the reveal live. We have to process this. Okay, let's do this. So that's done. It is updating the IPFS information. All done. There's a second one. It's revealing. Okay, all done. If I refresh this, I still need to go there and do refresh metadata. And I think it takes a couple minutes. There it is. Nice. It didn't take too long. So we have the 4th one. We can see all the attributes, the description that I've set up, and you could sell this. All right. Let's see the other ones. Oh, you still need to do the refresh metadata for all. Nice. There it is. We have 4 Titan dogs out of the 10 that are on the Polygon network that have been revealed and that we can sell on OpenSea. Okay. Well, I think that concludes our tutorial. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in comment below. You can also find more information in the HashLips tutorial that I'll link in the description. That is a lot of other information if you're wondering, but it's covering the same process for the Ethereum network. I want to talk a bit about my project before we go. You can check out my site called titandogs.io. It's on the Solana network. It is 2 things. It is a play-to-earn game. Where the Titan dogs are characters in the game. It is a 2D strategy game. There's actually a prototype already on the site, but no rewards. I can show you the prototype. If you have your wallet ready and you're a holder of the collection, you would load the game and you can test the first mechanics. If you're on the site, there's no rewards at this time, but it will come soon enough. The second aspect of this project is a GitHub repository with tons of resources. If you want to create your own collection, you can get your invite on the website here, and you'd get an airdrop tool, an NFT metadata creator, and all the things. I've focused a lot of my tools on Solana, but I'll add some more that will be on other chains as well. I'll also leave in the description the Discord servers of Titan Dogs and of Social Octopus Society that I'm moderating at the moment. These are nice places if you want to hang out with other NFT creators, or if you want to learn more about the tools that are in the ecosystem. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good weekend. See you next time. Bye, guys.